What does the president believe is causing such a callous disregard for human life in this country?
Well, let me first say, and thank you for the question, these shootings are horrific and must stop. Our prayers are with the survivors, those who are lost, and their families. I can't attribute, obviously this just happened over the weekend, the reasoning.
The press secretary adds President Joe Biden wants to take more steps to stop gun crime. And joining me now is Deacon Harold Burke-Sivers, co-host for EWTN's Blueprint for a Happy Life. He also has 2 decades of experience in law enforcement. Deacon Harold, always so good to see you. Thank you so much for your time today. Let's talk a little bit more about the tragic shootings over the weekend, which of course comes on the heels of that mass shooting on a New York City subway train that rocked the nation. I'd like to get your thoughts on all the recent violence and what you think may be fueling it.
Yes, thank you, Tracy. As America has seen an explosion in violence since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic and all the associated lockdowns and restrictions. Overall, violent crime is up by 12%, murder and manslaughter up by 26%, and these are all FBI statistics. Rape up 38%, aggravated assault up 29%, motor vehicle theft up 48%. And I know that's true in our city of Portland, Oregon. We've seen a massive spike in crime. And I think there are a number of factors. It's not just one simple answer. And we can't go back to polemics. You know, it's the Democrats' fault, it's Republicans' fault, it's conservatives' fault, it's gun regulation. That nothing to do with it. Here's the thing. I think part of it is the defunding the police efforts and a lack of respect for law enforcement, and not being afraid of, a quick response by police, given the current environment that we're in. I think access to illegal weapons is very easy in this country. I think poverty and the poor economy is playing into this. I think the disrespect for human life with war and abortion, mental illness, frustration, and overall sense of hopelessness, I think are all contributing factors why we're seeing an increase in violence.
Yeah, another thing I want to bring up, too, is, because of this increase in violence, a lot of people feel unsafe. And so, people are wondering, how can we protect, our Second Amendment rights while balancing the need for protection and protecting innocent people to ensure that tragedies like the ones we talked about don't happen again?
Yes. Again, it's access to illegal weapons, right? So you're going to hear people talk about we need to, stricter gun control and gun regulations. That's not true. For example, in Chicago, has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, and they're seeing increases in crime as well. So that's not the issue. The issue is we have to return to really Christian principles, the dignity and the respect of every single human person. We need to empower communities to strive for anti-violence responses. We need to extend programs for youth and for mental illness. A lot of these crimes are committed by young people and mostly males, which also tells me, Tracy, that we need to work on building the nuclear family, the domestic church, with strong fathers and mothers working together to build up family life. If we have strong families, Tracy, we have a strong church, we have a strong culture, and we have a strong culture, then we get ourselves back on track again.
Deacon, I want to talk a little bit more about that because, we do see that in society, a breaking down of the family and almost people wanting to do that. How can we do that? How can we help keep the families together and promote family life?
Well, one of the things we need to do, of course, is to continue the efforts that have been making through the church and other religious organizations to really help men to understand what it means to be a real man. Going out there and fornicating and committing crime is not what it means to be a man. We need to return to, again, a godly understanding, this fear of the Lord. And what we mean by fear of the Lord, Tracy, is honor, reverence, and respect for God. The further we've gotten away from God, the more we're seeing an increase in violence because we're opening our hearts to evil. And that's exactly what doesn't need to happen. I think education is going to be absolutely key, giving opportunities for our young people to really educate themselves and to create opportunities for themselves to get out of the situations that they currently find themselves in. So the more we can support families, the more we can support education, the more we return to a fear of the Lord and honors, reverence, and respect for our faith, then we'll start to see real improvement in the situation we're seeing in our country.
Well, Deacon Harold, thank you so much for coming. Always so great to get your analysis. We appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.